Well, I sure wish I'd thought about an organizational structure for my storage company when I first got started. My name's Mark Helm, and I'm the author of Creating Wealth Through Self-Storage, and I'm the creator of the Storage World Analyzer, the #1 financial analysis software tool in the self-storage industry. And I thought at the time, what use do I have for an organizational structure? Is me doing everything. Well, I sure wish I'd thought differently back then, because now I'm creating one and getting the right people in the right places. Had I thought about it when I first got started and I was clear what roles I was playing in the company as I was doing them, it sure would have made it a lot easier now to put the right people in the right positions. And let's face it, the success of your company is dependent on having the right people in the right places. So I suggest from the start you think about your company growth and the organizational structure of your company. In the written blog with this post, there is an organizational structure that you can download and use for yourself and alter and amend and create it for your particular company. And had I thought about it, I would be clear of the different roles: the CEO role, the operations role, the marketing role, and the financial role. So I want to talk about the different roles that are involved in setting up a successful company. But today let's talk about the CEO role. And here's the thing: you are the CEO. It is your company, your vision, your risk, your neck on the line, and you are the only one who can play the CEO role, at least at this point, till you grow to be a very large company. And I invite you to consider that ultimately the goal is to wake up each morning relating to your job in which you have to do that day in the role of a CEO. Until then, you're going to be doing all the other different functions. Right now, as our company grows, we're looking at the different accountabilities, the different positions, and creating job definitions for each one of them. So let me share with you where we are on creating the job definition for a CEO. And what is the CEO accountable for? Well, everything in the company. The CEO is accountable for all the main functions: operations, marketing, and financial. But in creating a job description, which is what we're doing right now as we prepare for the tremendous growth we're going to have in the next 3 years, I see that the CEO has 4 main functions within a company. The first is vision and strategy. Now, even if you own one facility and it's all you still are accountable for how that facility fits in the marketplace and how it's going to serve the markets and its customers. That's your vision of the facility. So rather than just by default and whatever happens as you run that facility, I invite you to create a vision for your facility or your company, and then create strategies for how that vision is going to be implemented. Whether you have one facility or 100 facilities, as a CEO, that's your primary role. And your ability to inspire others with your vision will, to a large degree, determine your success. Watch 2 weeks ago where we talked about how to inspire others to take action. The second main function of a CEO is to build a culture. Now, most storage owners that I talk to never even think about creating a culture for their company or a culture for their facility. Well, if you're not being responsible for the culture you're creating, you're going to create one by default. A culture is always created in every work environment. And the productivity of the people in that work environment, to a large degree, is a function of the culture in which it operates. Now, mostly what I see as we purchase storage facilities is I see someone who bought a facility, literally did everything in the facility, then began to hire people and try to clone himself and manage them to run it exactly how he did it. And then as it grows, he might hire a part-time person, clone himself again, manage them very tightly, and then when he comes to sell it, what he has is a micromanaged culture. When we try to empower those people who were former employees of that owner and set up empowerment strategies and accountabilities, they don't have a clue what we're doing. Rarely are we able to keep the employees because of the previous culture of the previous owner. Now, it's not that that culture is bad, it's just that that culture happened by default. Don't do that. Be responsible for the culture of your facility and the culture of your company. There are a lot of resources out there to support you. The third role of a CEO is to manage and have all the other major functions report to him. And the other major functions are operations, marketing, and the financial accountabilities of a company. Now, when you first get started, it's you doing all those roles. But it's very critical to know when you're working in the business. In other words, you are doing operations, you're doing marketing, and you're doing the finance. And when you're functioning as the CEO, which is working on the business. The more you can work on the business, the better your company and the faster it will grow. And the last function, the fourth function of a CEO, is the allocation of capital. You are responsible for the ultimate financial plan of your company or the ultimate financial plan of your facility. Design that plan. What is your loan to value on the money you're borrowing? Are you putting the money in? Do you have investors? What is the return to the investors if you have investors? The whole allocation of capital and financial model of your company is your responsibility as a CEO. Then you implement all of the other accountabilities, whether it's operations, marketing, or financial, to operate within the parameters of what the deployment of capital as you created it in your function of a CEO. Now look, I know when you first get started, it's you doing all these roles. I know because it was me doing all those roles. I sure wish I had thought out the structure of a company and known which role I was playing and create how each role operates and what I've done that worked in each role and what I did that didn't work in each role. So as we grow, we know exactly what skill set and mindset we're looking for each position. And here's the thing, even if it's just you, create that organizational chart now, today, and begin to define the accountabilities and the roles. I promise you, if you do that now, it will not be you for very long in all of the accountabilities. You will grow so quick that you will soon be hiring other people, if you haven't already, to fulfill those roles. My name's Mark Helm. I'm the author of Creating Wealth Through Self-Storage, and I'm the creator of the Storage World Analyzer, the #1 financial analysis software tool in the self-storage industry. Thank you.